Hey guys, welcome to Daily Bits. Glad you're here. So let's go ahead and finish off tattoos. We started yesterday with my first tattoo. Now I'm going to talk about two of my embarrassing ones. You know, like I said, I have a bunch of embarrassing tattoos, but these two take the cake. So rule one: do not, even if you think it's a great idea, even if somebody tells you, hey, I'm good, do not get a tattoo from somebody in their kitchen. Especially, don't do that when you're inebriated. Lessons was learned. Lessons were learned. So, I went with my brother. He got a tattoo from him, and it actually looked pretty good. And he was just kind of an apprentice doing tattoos in his kitchen. So one day I decided to go with my brother to his house, and I had a picture. It was a cringe lord, shitty zombie picture. You know, it's supposed to be a zombie in a graveyard with a zombie like has in his hand. It looks like he's going to grab you, and I thought it looks cool. I thought it would have been an awesome tattoo, and I thought he was able to do it. Well, like I said, the tattoo is massive on my back, so if I take my shirt off, you get to see it, and it's awful. But anyways, yeah, I let him do it. I let him do the tattoo, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe 2.5 hours in. It felt like he was just grinding into my back, like super hard. Like there's scars all over my back. Like I know tattoos are supposed to be scarry, but they're pretty bad on here. The lines are awful. The shading's awful, but years of you know it being on my back, it's definitely faded a little bit. But anyways, was doing this tattoo, and he gets everything up to the head. So he gets to the head, and he's running out of time. He's like, "Hey, let's finish this later." So instead of doing the right thing and just like, "Hey, come back tomorrow and we'll finish it," he decides to put a placeholder there. So you have this big dark zombie looking thing, and the face is just a circle with hair on it, and it's not good hair. But but anyways, and he left it blank. But instead of putting the traces in and putting just the details in, he puts a little weird ass looking smiley face. It looks so stupid. Like for years it was like that. I was afraid to take my shirt off for years. I eventually got it filled in, but now we're working to try to find somebody that can take that tattoo and fix it up to make it look like a good tattoo. We do have some people that in mind, especially one that has seen it. He has some pretty good ideas for it. But that's one. So that was a big mistake. Like I said, don't get tattoos from somebody in their kitchen, especially if you're inebriated. Well, since I was inebriated and we're still talking about tattoos, he's like, hey, I was like, hey, you want to do one more? And he's like, sure. So I just got online and I looked at a random symbol, and it was the symbol for male, or I think it's Apollo or something like that. It's the circle with the arrow. Anyways, I got it. So instead of tracing around it, I decided to get a beer cap. Beer caps are really ridgy. So he traced it with a beer cap, and then he gave me that tattoo. So I had this tattoo of this Mars Mel logo on my hand that looked like a beer cap, and it was terrible. I went to work the next day, and my friends looked at me and said, "Isn't it the symbol for being gay?" I'm like, "I don't think so." They're like, "You're pretty sure it is." I'm like, "Oh." So I look it up online, and there's the male symbol, and then there's, if you have the line with 2 arrows, I think that means you're gay. But luckily I didn't have that, but it still does like mess with me for weeks. until I was able to I went to another tattoo, an actual professional, and he was able to go over it. And it was that one right there. So, like I said, you can still see the remnants of the old tattoo, but the guy did a really good job at covering it up. But lessons were learned until I was in Mansfield, and my ex at the time had and this is kind of bonus, she decided she wants to do tattoos in the kitchen. She got a tattoo gun with all the ink and all that stuff, and she was gone. She was at work, and I was like, I was sitting there, and I had an ink, and I said, I wonder if I could tattoo myself. No, don't do that either. So on my knee, there was a semicolon, but it's not a semicolon. It's just dots. It's just a dot. So don't do that either. I actually ruined another tattoo by trying to go over it to brighten it up, and I ruined it. And just a couple weeks ago, I had it fixed up too. But again, lessons learned. If you're into tattoos, and we're going to stop with tattoos for a while. If you're into tattoos, don't do those things. Make sure you find a professional. Make sure you find if they're clean. Make sure you don't get the inkling to go online and buy a tattoo machine and decide to tattoo yourself, even though you don't have any practice of doing that. And that's a really stupid fucking idea. Don't do that. Ever do that. Yeah. I've got bad tattoos. It's hilarious. So I don't know. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.